The first time Sean and I try to conceive, I know I'm pregnant. Minutes after, I can feel millions of microscopic sperm swarming toward my cervix. I doze off, imagining the galactic battle unfolding inside me. Kamikaze sperm thrust themselves against the acid walls of my birth canal to clear the way for even more daring swimmers. Others swim in circles, confused, shell-shocked. My white blood cells attack from all sides, and the army of sperm scatters. Some brigades become lost along the reproductive tract, dead-ended in a fold or a crevice because they refuse to stop and ask for directions. But none of them matter. My egg is waiting for the select one. The sperm with the perfect mix of Sean's best genes, his eyes, brains, his love of adventure, his passion for justice, the William Wallace of sperm, wearing face paint, brandishing a flag and crying out, "They can take our lives, but they'll never take our ovum!" The next morning, I scan my body for changes. On my way to work, there's a moment where I feel near my right ovary a sharp tug, like the sudden hook through the gill of a fish. More than pain, it's surprise, like I've been ocean-bound my whole life, and now I'm being yanked out of the water into the world of air, and for the first time realize there is another life. On my lunch break, I drive to Target and purchase 2 items: a bottle of prenatal vitamins and a copy of What to Expect When You're Expecting. Then I sit in my car and read. I skip over chapter 1, Before You Conceive, and go straight to chapter 2, Are You Pregnant? I know there are tests to detect early pregnancy, but somehow it seems more fun, more natural this way. I review the list of early signs: tender breasts and nipples, darkening areolas, fatigue, rising body temperature. I do feel sort of hot in the car. I turn on the AC and look around the parking lot before fondling my breasts. According to the book, most women don't feel anything for weeks into their pregnancy, but I'm not most women. I'm in the 20% who experience middle schmurs, the twinge of pain and alternating ovaries each month when an egg is released. I'm in touch with my body. My breasts feel normal. But I am tired. And I'm hungry. I'm ravenous, in fact. Sean's a doctor, and I remember the advice he's given other pregnant friends. Don't worry about gaining too much weight. Caloric intake is directly related to the fetus's brain size. I realize my baby's just a zygote. But suddenly, I want a strawberry milkshake. A craving already? This must be some kind of record. Throughout the day, my hands keep finding their way to my belly. I rub it lovingly. Driving home, my usual road rage is replaced by hyper caution. I'm that jerk in the middle lane, driving below the speed limit. And the entire ride, I keep burping up prenatal vitamins, my mouth erupting with the taste of metal and chalk and fish oil. I've never felt happier. When I get home, Sean's working at his computer. I kiss him hello, holding my lower back up with a bent arm. "Hey baby," Sean says, "how was your day?" "Grueling," I say, plopping down on the couch. Who knew cleaving cells could be so exhausting? Sean laughs and says, "You're gonna be so painful. The most annoying pregnant woman ever." I smile and agree. Sean also says I'll be a great mother. This I'm not as certain about. What if I'm like my mother? What if I lose control or lack patience, hit my child one day, not to correct, but to hurt? What if I snap and call her something terrible? What if everything I know about right and wrong is suddenly overtaken by genetics? You're not like your mother, Sean assures me. I hope our baby inherits his optimism. The next day, I read the chapters titled Pregnancy Profile, Pregnancy Lifestyle, How to Eat Well. I read ahead through the chapter on the first month of pregnancy. Now it's day 2, and I'm out of reading material for another month. Turns out being pregnant involves a whole lot of waiting around. I try to occupy my time by taking the advice in the book. Baby yourself. Let others baby you. Be a slacker, Mom. I don't know how to do this. My idea of relaxing is getting all my errands run, cleaning the house, and preparing a 3-course meal from scratch. I plan. I do. I obsess. For the next 2 weeks, I notice the size and texture of my areolas. I analyze the color of my stool. I walk around taking deep whiffs of everything, convinced I'm developing a bionic sense of smell. After Sean and I have dinner with a friend, I tell Sean I think our friend is sick, maybe dying. Why? Sean asks. Because, I say, I can smell disease. Every morning I hesitate before getting out of bed, bracing myself for a wave of nausea. At the sink, I brush my tongue way in the back, gag a few times. Here we go, I think. Wait for it. Wait for it. But nothing comes. I start to doubt that I'm pregnant. Sure, I've gained 3 pounds, but I've also had a lot of milkshakes. All this wondering makes me think back to something I don't think of often. The fact that I've been pregnant before, once, when I was 18. I wasn't trying then, and I didn't want to be. When the morning sickness came, I called it a stomach bug. When for 3 months my period was little more than spotting, I said it was another light cycle. I was still in denial when I ended up in the emergency room for 2 stitches in my hand and was told by the doctor that yes, I was pregnant. I was unwed, uneducated, unprepared. I remember the doctor's tone when he told me. He was disappointed. So was I. Today, I'm 180 degrees from who and where I was at 18. I'm coupled, educated, ready. But I'm still that same girl, except now I'm playing everything up so that even when I start cramping and bleeding during the 3rd week, I'm sure it's normal spotting. I phone my friend Becky from the toilet and ask if she spotted during pregnancy. No, she says, not really. I tell her what the book says, that 20 to 30% of women do experience spotting when the embryo is implanted into the uterine wall. It's supposed to be pink or light brown, I say, like at the beginning or end of your period. Well, what color's yours? I look in the toilet bowl and report back. Maraschino cherry. Becky says, period city. I mope around for a week, then pick up my book again. I read chapter 1, the chapter I'd skipped about how to actually get pregnant. Then I take another prenatal vitamin, download an ovulation calendar, and wait for next month.